This is the Remote Work Life Business Spotlight, where I highlight top remote business innovators and share personal and career development tips to help you navigate the world of remote work. I'm your host, Alex Wilson-Campbell. I help remote work managers, professionals and freelancers overcome isolation and uncertainty in their life to get hired and fulfill their career goals. Thank you for joining me on the Remote Work Life Business Spotlight once again. I'm looking at Doist today, and you can find Doist at doist.com. That's DOIST.com. And I must say, it's one of my favorite homepages, actually. Right front and center, they say, we're building the future of work. I love that bold statement. It talks to the idea of innovation, idea of doing things differently. So it kind of draws me in. Does it do the same for you? I don't know, but if you hop across to my YouTube channel, you'll be able to see a visual representation of this podcast and be able to see what I can see. So check out the show notes below to have a look for that link to my YouTube channel. But let's have a look a bit more about and find out a bit more about what Doist does. I'm scrolling down now. It says our apps and workflows are born from challenging the status quo. Again, another bold statement, like it. So they've got Todoist and they've got Twist. I mean, I've used Todoist myself for organizing myself. So I'm familiar with what Todoist is all about. I've not used Twist actually, but they talk about Twist, like these two products that they do. The only asynchronous first collaboration app that encourages teams to focus, create and disconnect. And again, that speaks to the innovation of this particular business because, yeah, asynchronous is, for me, the way forward. So they're all about empowering people to do that kind of work with the products that they create. So pioneering async and remote first work for over a decade. So Doist has been async and remote first since day one. So this to me is great because I like it when businesses are bold and upfront about what they do, how they work, and why they do what they do. It's completely clear here what Doist is about. It's about remote first. It's a philosophy that they have built their business around, and it shows a map here actually, which is great. Another visual representation. I think this is of who or where their team is based. So South America, North America, I think Africa, Europe, Asia, so pretty much across the globe. Talks about when they were founded. They were founded in 2007, a 97% employee retention rate, and 50% of Doisters have been here 4 years. That's pretty good. And 0% VC funds raised. Totally bootstrapped. Profitable and here for the long run. We're an independent company without plans to sell out or get acquired. We'll be here for our users and our teammates for decades to come. So this speaks to, again, what they're all about. Why we don't have an exit strategy. Unlike most, this is what they say, unlike most of today's high growth tech startups, we want to be the owners of our destiny and build a meaningful company that will outlast us, not sell out to the highest bidder. Oh yeah, I'm loving this. They say how to become a market leader in tech. So they've got a blog as well. So I'm not going to read into that too much, but what I would recommend is that you certainly do that. You read the blog before you attempt to get in contact with them, find out a bit more about what they're about, who they are. And there's a link here that I'm about to look at now. It's the team link. Where you can see a nice little visual of the Doist team. So they say from Minneapolis to the Philippines to Brazil, Bratislava, we're united by one goal, build the future of work. Yeah, I'm with you guys. It's great. And then here's a few pictures of the Doisters here. Again, I love this, the visuals and the different people. Talks about and tells you what each person does. Yep, great to look at. I think you can click on these. You can click on their LinkedIn profiles to do a bit more research. So they're encouraging you, in fact, to they're encouraging you to connect and to research and find out. So you should take them up on that particular offer and do your research when it comes to finding out who you're likely to be doing business with or working with in the future. So they say our differences make us a stronger team. Yeah, love that as well. Yeah, absorb the world's wonders by simply logging into work, and then they click on here, or they leave a button here for you to click on, so that you can see their open roles. They've got, as I said, they've got a blog, but they've got press as well. It's a nice, simple website from the perspective of it tells you, as I said, what they do, what they're about, and it's just nicely laid out, nice and clear, not too busy, colourful, lots of images that tell you a lot about who they are and what they do. And it's very easy to navigate. I really like this. It gives me a good feeling. It makes me want to read more. It's not too, it's not overwhelming like some of the websites that you see these days with so much information. So credit to Doist for putting this out there. And they talk on their blog, not just about what they do, but they talk about their culture. They talk about remote work. They're all for forwarding the cause of remote work, which is great. After all, remote work is not just the future, it's the now. So, yep, some great stuff there as well for you to read and understand and learn as well. You can learn from this website, I'm sure. Let's click on that link which says we're the hiring role, but at the particular time of shooting this podcast, there are no open roles, which doesn't surprise me because it's, as I said, I'm sure they've got all their ducks in order, but it tells you a bit more about what they're about, who they are, how their hiring process. So it's always good to read up on that because it will then enable you to understand what to expect at a time when they're hiring next. So yeah, definitely have a look at Doist. Go across to doist.com, do a bit of research, maybe even start to network and connect with the people that belong to the business so that when they are hiring, you'll be in a good position to do that. But that's it for today. That's it for today's episode of the Remote Work Life podcast. Click the link in the show notes below to access a free list of 100 remote businesses that hire regularly. And if you're feeling stuck or uncertain on issues of career or personal development, head on over to www.remoteworklife.io, where you can watch exclusive on-demand video featuring real-world remote work leaders and future of work experts on key remote work topics, including how to get clarity on your career direction, how to thrive while working remotely, how to network effectively and stay connected, and how to tend to your personal and career development needs. Go to remoteworklife.io now, and remember to connect with me, your host, Alex Wilson Campbell, on YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook.